This is Machete Panda, and perhaps this is my first video done by myself, and it's the first time my voice is on the internet. So, this is a big deal for me, and hope you enjoy it. I'm going to be talking to you about Minecraft, and more specifically making railroads in Minecraft. As you can see on the screen here, we have a railroad running. And this railroad I made, you'll have to excuse a little black splotch in the middle of the screen. That was Camtasia, and I can't get Camtasia to not do that, so I might have to reinstall it. But yeah, the railroad consists of incoming and outgoing tracks. You place a detector rail down, and after the detector rail is a power rail. The cart goes over the detector rail, shoots turns on the power rails and continues the cart on. I stacked the rail system using the stack command in World Edit, so I have these long railroads running along, very easy to make. And we're pulling up to a station now, and before we go any further, I'm just going to talk to you about the actual power rail detector rails and how they work. Alright, so starting with the basics, you have three primary types of tracks. You have your standard rail, you have a detector rail, and you have a powered rail. Now the powered rail is what triggers the minecarts to zoom along. It just boosts them right along in whatever direction they're entering from. So working with a power rail, you need to realize it doesn't matter what side the power is coming from that's going to supply the rail. The only thing that Minecraft cares about is the direction of entry from the minecart, because that direction of entry is going to tell it to launch it in, continue launching it on that direction. So I'll kind of prove it here. I'm going to put a Minecraft on that detector rail, which turns on the power. Detector rail turns on the power for the power rails. I'm going to take another minecart, and we're going to put it over here. So the detector rail is powering it from that end, but if we, yeah, so there it goes. So as you can see, it's completely irrelevant what side it's on. You can turn on the rails with switches, with buttons. Let me shut off this switch, turn on the button. There's the button. You can throw the cart on. Turn on the button, it's going to do nothing. Turn on the switch, it's going to do nothing. Minecraft does not care what direction the car is. There's no front or back to the car. It could care less. It just cares about when the car gets pushed or nudged, what direction it's getting moving from as it enters the next rail. So that's a quick intro to how to set up a track here. And as the cart goes over the detector rail, it powers on the power rails for a brief moment, and launches the car along its way. So there it goes, boom. And that's your brief introduction. So you can use any kind of switch to power it. In fact, you can even use a glow rod, whatever that thing's called. I could care less. And yeah, so let's get back to making a railroad, which is what I'm looking at right here. It goes all the way around our little world here. Thanks. Alright, so you've got your typical station here. Let's start with that. We have a two loading platforms to get on to the train. We have little lights to keep monsters from spawning. Right here in the middle, this is basically a brake. When the train car pulls in, it's going to stop because there's not going to be any power. If you want to skip it, you just press that button right there, turns it on, and it lets you skip over the station and continue along your way. It's not too much to talk about with the station. You build a platform, you load up into your car when you're ready to go, and just give yourself a quick little push, jump in, and you're on your way. And moves at a good pace. We'll talk about Next, how to create the railroad with world edit. As you can see, this train moves pretty fast. It's not even loading the map quick enough, which is kind of interesting because look at that. You can see down here. And you look like you're going to fall off. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's talk about world edit and creating the railroad. Alright, spoiler alert. You're going to see some of this in the next segment of this video. But inevitably, I decided to come back and pop this little piece in. People are going to ask me about switches, and they're going to ask why didn't I do switches on here. Well, switches haven't advanced at all in the update. So I have a small example of a complicated connection situation here. If I stick this in here, yeah, it assumes one of the directions it connects in here. But let's say I wanted to go to another location. It's not going to happen. The switch will only affect anything it's directly adjacent to, not diagonal from. So no matter where you put the switch, it's going to be diagonal from that connection point and not adjacent. So the only way to get a switch to operate is to put it at the end, like so. So now you switch it like this. The second thing that's really annoying is if this is your main track, you're going to have a situation where you're never going to be able to work on your main track. You're only going to be able to connect up to it like this. So this obviously your main track would have to turn, and the side track would be over here. Because the switch only has two directions, it doesn't do the third option, which is go straight. So that's really annoying. I hope they fix that pretty soon. They're doing some cool things with the tracks, and it's really weak. Let me show you what I mean over here. I have a mock-up right over here. So here's two railroads coming in together, two theoretical railroads. If you guys are coming in together. And yeah, so you can see this is not going to work, because if you have your main track coming straight through here, like, okay, so I want my main track to continue straight through. Oh, lame. No other options. Very lame. Notch, please fix this. Please add something cool. Alright. Yeah, so that kind of stinks, but we have to work with it. And I think picking up your minecart for now is not too much of a big deal. So, yeah, let's get back to it. Okay, let's get back to making this railroad. You see above me here, this is the railroad we were just on. And I'm just going to start off with the very basics in World Edit. You need to know two commands, really. You need to know the wand tool command, and you need to know the stack command. Let's start off with the bare minimums for this railroad. You're going to want the railroad to be 3 blocks wide. I put a block in between the two rails to help separate, create some separation. The reason you want it to be 3 blocks wide is because every time I make a 2-block wide railroad, strange things can happen with the two rails connecting together, with the way power gets to the rails. You can have the power jumping between, going to the wrong rails. It's fairly annoying. And then I place my tracks down like so. Next thing you need is your wand tool. Now that you've placed all the objects out, I'm going to go ahead // wand, and it says I have it. There it is. Alright, we are going to start off with one corner to the next corner. Now that we have that selected, I usually do it 20 deep. So you look in the direction you want to go, do your stack command. Oh, I didn't stack it deep enough. Do it 20. There we go. Alright, so we got a good base going here. On one end, I clear away 3 rails, and then I just drop in my detector rail. Not a detector rail, that's a power rail. Hold on. Drop in the detector rail, drop in the two power rails. So this side will be going from this direction over here. And the other side here, I'm going to break 3 rails again. And we're going to do detector rail, power rail, power rail. Alright. So this is a primary method for getting these in here together. Next, I am going to build a frame, and I like to do this frame because it gives you a place to hang your torches and whatnot. So at nighttime, you can see it also looks kind of like those high-speed rail systems where they have the wires that go from one end to the other, which kind of adds a little bit of authenticity to your railroad. So I do that on both ends. It's also going to provide you with a means to use the wand tool to select and stack this entire segment. So I'm going to left click here, top corner, right click bottom corner, and then I'm going to just stack them using the stack command. I'm going to face this direction. Let's just throw another 20. 20 seems like a good number. We'll just stack 20 deep. Boom! Look at that. We got a tunnel going right through there. Oh man, I got to do this right now. I just got to ride this rail. Here we go. Awesome. I forgot to put on the torches, which you usually want to do before you run your stack command, and that'll keep the monsters off of your railroad system at night. Oh, squeaky chair. Um, but yeah, this is how you create your railroad. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial as we come up on the end of the railroad system here. I'm bound to fall off sooner or later. Let's generate new parts of the map. And yeah, any questions, feel free to post. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks.